Hello. Welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
Not Matt.
On today's episode, we're talking about Bunnahabhain and their 12-year-old single malt Scotch release. Don't you forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Click that notification bell. Matt, you want to tell me a little bit more about this particular Bunnahabhain?
I do. Look at this beautiful old label of Bunnahabhain 12. It's not the current edition. The current one's got a red label on it and it's big 12. This has got the cool Roman numerals and the old man of the sea here sitting on it. Anyway, it's 46.3%. It's unchill filtered, no coloring, the way it's supposed to be. Now, the current edition has unpeated barley, and so is an unpeated barley. But I guess back when this one was made, I think it started in 2010. This particular run of it, they had like 3 ppm on it. The current one supposedly is nothing at all. But I know the newer one. I've tried it, was not as fantastic. But we'll get a new bottle at some point in time. We'll have to compare them whatever day that comes. Anyway, their water source is a pure spring. It's the only water source that's pure spring that's used in Islay, directly piped in away from the peated moorlands. So they don't get any peat in their water either, from what I understand. And this one apparently used an optic barley, but now they're using a Concerto barley, which is a little bit different varietal here. But this is a ex-bourbon, ex-sherry cask, and the 12 originally came out in 1979. Wow. And it is 30% sherry cask. That's what's used on this. So let's see what we think of this beautiful one. From this is, I've had this for at least 5 years. So let's see what this beautiful whiskey, which is one of my absolute favorites. Oh yeah,
it's so rich and deep.
The almonds just jump out.
Dense.
Sherry, raspberry, just salt, some cream puff, and milk chocolate.
See, and to me, I got all the grains first. I got all the cereal grains and granola first. Was like the initial impression for me.
A little raisins, some crushed autumn leaves, a little hint of smoke. But it's a very slight hint, but it's definitely there. It's almost like a toasted smoked almond.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells so good.
Almost, it's bread that got toasted just a little bit too long. It's not burnt quite yet.
Yep,
but you're just this side of burnt.
Exactly.
You're really happy you caught the toaster when you did.
Yeah, it's like that. You can see it smoking out of the toaster. It's at that point in time. Yeah, it's time to pull it. Little wood burning incense. But yeah, those almonds just smell so good in there.
Yeah,
I love the
salted almond.
This is the whiskey that we was at a birthday party with for one of my daughter's friends several years ago, and the grandfather brought a bottle of this with him. And because they had a bunch of beers, so he goes, I got some scotch. You guys need to go try it. We're like, okay. And he happened to have a bottle of this. So me and our buddy Alan and Grandpa, whose name we never know, we just know his Grandpa, we pretty much took that bottle out. It was delicious. We drank at least half of it. Like, we need to replace this bottle. So we had to take him to see Williams at Mirage. That's when there's Grandpa at Mirage. Good times. Yeah, this is a fantastic whiskey. All right, let's see what it takes.
Whoa. It's just a wisp of smoke, but it's in there.
It is, but it's in there. It's so good. So much almonds again, sherry, the raspberry. Now, it's much more salty, I think, on the palate than it is on the it's on the Sound of Islay, so it has to pick up salinity. And the older and older they get, the more salinity they get, being where their dunnages are located. It's nice and creamy, almost like a pistachio chocolate now.
The depth of age shows up on the palate really, really nicely. And I don't know if that's due to the proof or if they're putting in like 14, 15-year-old barrels into these batches.
There's definitely older stuff in here than 12. No doubt.
It tastes it.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem we've found with trying some of the newer versions of this has been they don't have the old stuff sitting around anymore. Like, we've reviewed the old 25. In fact, this is the first one that's, I think, under 20 years we've actually reviewed. So lucky us. The other two are 25, and I think the other one was 28 or something absurd, and 23. So all absurd age statements on these things. But yeah, I think the newer ones don't have as old stuff because they don't taste anywhere near the depth that these old ones used to. So hoping if I can replace it with an old new one. So if a Dusty's out there, I need to find one of these. No, now too many people know about this one. But man, you could buy this in the 8. They just sat and sat and sat. Nobody was ever looking for it. Now they all know the secrets out about Bunnahabhain, and it's amazing.
This one sure is.
Oh, now it's got this like peach cling with like a little bit of light syrup in it. Some rich pears. Not like fruit cocktails, mostly just peaches and pears together. Oh, it's so good. I love this whiskey so much.
It's so rich.
Oh, it's incredibly rich.
I can't get over it.
Yeah, we still have the old 18 as well to review, so I'm excited about that. All right, let's see what water does. Oh, truly special stuff, though. You get a chance to find these old bottles, pick it up in a heartbeat. I think when I bought this, I think this was like $50, $55. So it was not expensive. So that's the best part. Also very inexpensive.
I don't think water did anything magical or anything really at all. I didn't get much of a change. Man, the finish just goes on and on and on.
It's still going.
Man, I don't know if that has anything to do with the water, but the sherry cask just
magic.
Forever.
They used incredibly wet, incredibly good sherry casks.
Yeah, that is quite possible.
Very good stuff.
Well,
so
quite likely, really.
Yeah, pretty likely based on the flavors we're getting out of this thing. So
yeah,
I would highly suggest picking one of these up if you haven't tried Bunnahabhain in general. Start with the 12. The 12 is really good stuff, and I just pick it up. It's just delicious. I always have Bunnahabhain on hand because it's amazing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Don't you forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Click that notification bell. We're also live every Monday night. Come hang out with us there. Until next time, keep on crusading. Put a whiskey in your glass. Cheers. Cheers.
I've forgotten how good this was. I haven't poured this in a while because it was so low.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It's tasty, Weasel.
That it is. Yeah, there's maybe
another ounce or so in there.
Yeah, it's a little more than that. It's probably like 2 or 3 at most, which ain't much at this point. Guess we're gonna use it for comparison and shit. So it's like a try once it gets to that one. It's like
Don't open it. Don't lose the air.
Pretty much.